Money can transport you into space, but it can't buy you success. We'll look at the latest battle between Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin and Elon Musk's SpaceX. It's a fight that makes the front pages of newspapers all around the world. The feud between these two millionaires dates back over a decade. That's a long time. What's fascinating about this is that Elon Musk always comes out on top whenever the two men compete. He crushed Jeff Bezos on every level, from concepts to ground-based rocket development and the race to the moon. The two companies have a lot in common. They both want to use reusable rockets to lower the cost of access to space, have affluent founders who came out of Silicon Valley, and have staff who have switched from one company to another. But what was the two millionaires' past friendship like? In the past, Musk and Bezos were friendly rivals in space. Neither SpaceX or Blue Origin were established companies, and neither had ever launched anything into space. In truth, neither organization had a functioning rocket at the time, but many years later, SpaceX launched its first successful test launch of a Falcon One. At the same time, Blue Origin flew a few low-altitude test vehicles. For nearly a decade, they mostly stayed out of each other's way, but by 2013, it was evident that their relationship had soured. Both companies submitted offers to lease the historic launch pad to the moon, which NASA was looking to lease. Bezos even went so far as to file a government complaint to prevent SpaceX from obtaining the launch pad. The two billionaires were then involved in another feud. It's about patents this time. Bezos had filed a patent for reusable rocket technology, a move that could have netted him millions of dollars from rivals. But thanks to Musk, SpaceX was able to defeat Blue Origin for the second time. Blue Origin was the first company to launch and land a suborbital rocket. Jeff Bezos was ecstatic. Blue Origin has also made space travel possible. Blue Origin's new Shepard aircraft has now successfully proved the capacity to transport space travelers above the atmosphere, and executives have promised that paying passengers and experimental payloads will be flown every month. But on several crucial fronts, Bezos' company remains behind SpaceX. Above all, Blue Origin lacks a spacecraft capable of permanently transporting payloads into space via orbit. It's working on a reusable booster rocket called New Glenn, which was supposed to launch in 2020, but won't be ready until the end of 2022. In comparison, SpaceX's orbital rockets, especially the Falcon 9 and its reusable first stage, have taken over the launch industry. Because New Glenn will be substantially more significant than the Falcon 9, it has the potential to be a game-changer when it arrives. On the other hand, SpaceX is working on its own massive, fully reusable rocket called Starship. It has already completed test flights with the second stage and fired the booster. 4 astronauts boarded the SpaceX Dragon spacecraft that had transported them to the International Space Station a day after New Shepard shot them into space for a few minutes and took it for a nearly hour-long loop around the orbital complex before docking at a separate port. Or in the case of satellites, SpaceX now runs the world's largest satellite network, Starlink, which it uses to transmit high-speed internet to consumers on the ground. Amazon, not Blue Origin, is launching a satellite network, although no spacecraft has yet been sent into orbit. Outsiders don't have any doubts about Blue Origin. The firm has the resources and personnel to produce cutting-edge space hardware. Blue Origin was contracted by United Launch Alliance, a joint venture of Boeing and Lockheed Martin that is the chosen launch business of the US military, to manufacture the engine for its next rocket, the Vulcan. The delivery of prototype engines, on the other hand, has been delayed, which has not gone unnoticed by the general public. SpaceX's complete control of the rocket industry is unexpected. Today's commercial space business is more innovative than ever, and the launch services sector is incredibly competitive. Blue Origin was developed with ambitious goals in mind. To cut greenhouse gas emissions, Jeff fantasizes of relocating heavy industries from Earth to space. He aspires to establish the groundwork for an extraterrestrial economy in which thousands of people live and work in space. There's no denying that Bezos is a visionary. Why can't one of the world's richest men put it into action? Blue Origin's problems have a technological as well as a cultural component. On the technical side, the company has a significant amount of technical debt engineering challenges that have accumulated due to choosing the quickest solution rather than the best solution. And also a relentless focus on speed has hampered its ability to address problems with its launch vehicles adequately. So it seems that to catch up with SpaceX, Jeff Bezos has some work to do. Indeed, NASA officials and industry observers have long believed that Blue Origin is SpaceX's only potential competition, and they'd want to see a competitor emerge to help bring the cost of space travel down. That day hasn't come yet. However, for the time being, we can observe that the rivalry between Blue Origin and SpaceX is at an all-time high.